And welcome into another edition of Larry's Country Diner. It's so good to have you here. We're going to have a great time right now. I want to introduce you to the pride of Mobile, Alabama. He owns Larry's Country Diner, where the beans are green and the mustard is yellow. Here's Larry!
Oh, thank you, thank you. But you know, we are in the beautiful Ray Stevens
Cabaret Theater.
Cabaret.
I love this place.
Cabaret showroom.
Showroom, excuse me.
There's a theater, but this is the showroom.
This is a showroom.
Showroom. And we're going to have Ray here in just a second.
Yes, we are.
I am going to do, first of all, the, what? You think he's there now? He ain't there.
He doesn't think you're here yet.
That's a figment of your imagination. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee, for thou, O Lord, hast not forsaken them that seek thee. That's Psalms 9:10. And 2 Corinthians 9:8 says, and God will generously provide all you need. He has done that immensely for us.
Sure.
Boy, and I love it. Those are the promises. Sitting over yonder in a blue shirt is a young man with the National Archery School Program, Drew Crump. Drew, how are you? Throw your hand up or do something. Drew is here shooting for a $20,000 scholarship in archery and is a world-class champion. We just dubbed him that way anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Has
nice
no
to have you
desire
with
to be
us,
a
Drew.
television star,
No.
obviously.
He goes, nice to have you with us anyway, Drew. This guy, Ray Stevens, obviously, I've been a fan of his forever, since Sergeant Preston of the Yukon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Sergeant Preston of the Yukon was out for about that long, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe not that, maybe that long.
But when I first heard Ray's approach at songs and singing, I loved your style and what you do with stuff.
Well, thank you. What an honor.
And you've been doing it forever. Have you ever had a real job?
No. According to my dad, I've never had a real job.
Well, let's break into music here.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and talk a little bit.
All right.
All right? It's called 360. Buddy Kalb is up there.
Well, let me say a few words about this.
About Buddy?
No, about the 360.
Scared me.
No, I'm sorry. You know, most of my work is done in the studio.
Yep.
I love to be in the recording studio. I've been in the recording studio since I was 17 years old. And I just love to be there, and I love to make records. And so I'm singing, this is the first, I'm told, on your show, right, Larry?
Yep.
To tracks, singing
Yep.
to tracks. I'm singing to tracks, folks, but don't think you're getting the short end of the deal, because I made these tracks. And I'm kind of proud of them, and since Larry can't afford a big band.
That's right.
And who can, but anyway, that's what I wanted to say about that. And so you're going to hear me singing to tracks, and the machine that he referred to that plays the tracks is called the 360. It's a dumb name, but good machine, so.
Yeah.
Sing the song, then we'll talk.
All right. Thinking about going to Philadelphia. So I said to myself, hey, listen, Seth, you ought to get on an airplane, go first class. Well, I hadn't been on a plane in years, not because of any flying fears. We just hadn't wanted to go any further than a tank of gas. So I made reservations, packed one bag. Charlene packed everything she could drag, and we took a cab to the passenger drop-off zone. I gave them our tickets and showed them ID so that they could be sure it was her and me. And then at security, you won't believe what all that went on. Whoa, the skies just ain't friendly anymore. flying became a contact sport. You take off your coat and belt and shoes, but that's not all you got to lose. No, the skies just ain't friendly anymore. Well, I took off my shoes, rings, watch, and the guy said, I need to check your crotch. And I need to see those liquid toiletries. So he gave me a grope, a squeeze, a pat, and I tell you, friends, when I go to the vet, they treat my old bird dog with more dignity. Yeah, there was a woman in line in front of my wife, and I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life. A guy grabbed hold of her like it was their honeymoon. If he touches me like he touched her, Charlene said, he'll buy me dinner first, and then we'll have to get us a motel room. Oh, the skies just ain't friendly anymore. Since flying became a contact sport. You take off your coat and belt and shoes, but that's not all they make you lose. No, the skies just ain't friendly anymore. Retrieved our luggage and rented a car, and I said, Self, Philadelphia ain't that far, and I'll have to be subjected to all this mess. But as I was leaving, I saw Charlene on her third trip through the body screen. Takes all kinds to make up this world, I guess. Now I only pray that some son of depravity don't hide TNT in a body cavity, cause then what do you think they'll put us through? Yeah, and Obama and Nancy and Harry and Hillary would say, well, what's the big mystery? Just let them eat cake and fly private jets like we do. Well, the skies just ain't friendly anymore. Since flying became a contact sport. You take off your coat and belt and shoes, that's not all they want you to lose. No, the skies just ain't friendly anymore. When you think about it, those TSA folks probably don't like it any more than we do. But then again, some of them might like it a whole lot. Well, don't ask, don't tell, I guess. I was thinking about opting for the full body x-ray scan, but tell the truth, I just don't look good naked anymore. Charlene got extra copies of hers, though. Says she's going to use them on next year's Christmas cards. Says she's been through so many times we don't need a night light anymore. Yeah, she's got a part-time job down at the lighthouse. You know what I'm going to get her for her birthday? A shade. A big shade.
Ray Stevens, right there, Spirit of 76. If and you want to go to the Ray Stevens, what is your website? RayStevens.com?
I think RayStevens.com.
Probably.
Yeah, that's
Tough
probably
to remember.
It's hard.
It's kind of like Tartar, you know. RayStevens.com. That's on this one, The Spirit of 76.
It is? That song is?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
The skies just ain't friendly anymore.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
But he found it for us.
Oh, good.
That's it right there. You got that?
Good.
Oh, and those of you that are viewing this and are planning a trip to Nashville, come on a Friday night or a Saturday night. Sometimes you do Thursday night shows.
A lot of times we do Thursday
Do you?
nights. Just call us. We'll
Just check it out, because you've got the opera to go to, you got the Ray Stevens Theater to come to, and I have talked to people.
Excuse me, showroom.
That
it's the cabaret showroom.
That's right.
Cabaret.
Cabaret.
That's
get
okay.
this
I'm no
straight.
better than you are. I mean,
Ray, you will find this not necessarily interesting, but I found it intriguing. A friend of ours, friend of yours and mine, had never seen your show, and said to me, he said, I'd never seen Ray. I know Ray, but I'd never seen his show. Came out here and he said, that guy entertains, and he works like no man alive. You do it. You're a one-man show.
oh, well, thank you.
Hey, don't forget, there's a store down below. You can get Country's Family Reunion and Larry's Country Diner stuff. You've met this lady, I think, have you? Nadine? Have you met Nadine?
Of course I have, yes.
Oh,
Lord, I'm
buddy.
so sorry. Because we got her now.
In for a treat
Of
here.
course we've met.
Where'd you meet?
Back
In the
there,
shower.
backstage.
Doing the streak.
We
She
were
was
talking
doing
ab-
the streak.
We were talking about saturated fat. How y'all doing?
Doing good. What's going on with you?
I was at a history museum last week. I thought about Ray and Larry. Thought about y'all.
Now, why did you say it like that?
I didn't say it in a certain way. I
You went to a history museum
went
and
to
you
a
thought
history
about...
museum. I thought about you and Ray.
I mean, I can see him being in the history museum, but not me.
They got statues of us in there, Larry.
Old statue.
Oh,
Oh, no, I'm not going to say that. I tell you, has anybody ever come up to you and said, "What are you doing today?" Has Luann ever said that to you?
Not
what
me.
are you doing today?
If she does, she has a list.
It's a
I
loaded
know.
question.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Homer comes up to me and he goes, "What are you doing today?" "Nothing." So that's when he thinks he's got this list of stuff I'm going to do. And I said, I'm doing nothing. But eating this right here. Don't lay that on my
Chocolate
Bible
cake.
now. You can't do that. Law, honey.
Putting it on the Bible takes the calories
I
out of
tell
it,
you, my
doesn't it?
mama taught me, you don't put anything on the Bible.
You gonna eat all that?
You don't wrong, you right, I'm gonna eat all that. Last week, old Homer went to the barber. His barber died. Had to go to another one, and he got him a new one. He went in there and he got his hair cut and said, "All right, how much is it?" And the guy said, $25. He said, $25? He said, "I ain't even got hardly any hair." And the guy said, "Let me explain it to you, son." He says, $5 for the cut and $20 for the search fee.
I like that.
Me and Homer was going to try to lose 10 pounds like you would notice if we did. But I found some recipes and fixed them up, cooked them up, and we split it. You know, it was just enough for both of us. And we thought, well, this is pretty good because, I mean, we're full, we're not hungry. My daughter was looking at the recipe the next day and she said, "Are you losing weight on this?" I said, "Well, I don't know. We hadn't weighed." We went up and weighed and we'd gained 5 pounds. She said, "Well, I wondered if you had because it says it serves 6. I didn't think it was funny myself,
Do the math.
but it sure kept us full. I know that.
I bet it did.
You know, I miss my mama's cooking. She was a good cook. She was also the inventor of guilt in 1932. She used to get letters of apology from people who didn't even know her.
Wow.
She did.
That's not funny either.
Do you have speakers in here? Oh, that's funny.
I thought it was funny.
I'll tell you what. When your mama, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
You know, when your mama says, "You want a piece of advice?" I'm just like her now. I have turned into my mama. If you don't want to hear it, that's tough. You're gonna hear it anyway.
Happens.
And us older mamas were always looking for our middle-aged kids to improve somehow.
You got the sign ready to go up?
Are you rushing me? Oh, I know.
You're wearing me
Ray's
out.
got four songs. All right, I'm putting it up. Common sense is just like deodorant.
What is it?
People who need it never use it. All right, that's not my sign.
Oh.
The sign is you are what you do, not what you say you'll do.
That's deep.
I do what I say, son. I ain't worried about it.
Speaking about doing it, Ray Stevens does it.
He does.
Ray, you got a gospel song for us, I think?
I hope so.
I do too.
Yeah.
because she needs it.
That's funny, Ray.
Well, you and I are on the same wavelength, I think.
I know.
I tell you.
He's not on it.
What?
Hey, did y'all see y'all's breakfast buddy back here?
Yeah, but we're not going to talk about that now.
Oh, okay.
You do some dry bones?
Oh, let me say about a couple of words about Dry Bones.
Okay.
You know, this is a song, an extremely old,
Yep.
I guess you could call it a gospel song. And I think some medical college adopted this song to teach anatomy.
Yep.
But anyway, I'd like to sing it because it goes back 100 years. I think it's PD. That means public domain. That means I can claim to publishing.
Oh, that makes it good.
Oh, that makes it really good.
And I see it's on a Gaither Gospel series.
Gaither?
Gaither Gospel series.
Is it?
Ray Stevens Gospel Collection.
Oh, well, he distributed that one.
They must be distributing it.
Yes.
And he loves them public domain.
Well, I love Gaither. He's a neat guy. Oh, I'm sure he does.
He's a good man, yeah. Hit us with it.
Let's do it. Well, the Lord gave Ezekiel a vision, and he asked him, "What do you see?" He said, "Lord, I see a valley of human bones, and as dry as they can be." So the Lord spoke again to Ezekiel. He said, "Tell those bones what to do." So Ezekiel cried, "Thus saith the Lord," and those bones began to move. And then the toe bone connected to the foot bone connected to the heel bone connected to the ankle bone connected to the leg bone connected to the knee bone connected to the thigh bone connected to the hip bone connected to the backbone connected to the shoulder bone connected to the neck bone connected to the head bone. Now hear the word of the Lord. Them bones gonna walk around. Them bones gonna walk around. Them bones gonna walk around. Now hear the word of the Lord. Them bones dry bones, them bones, dry bones, them bones, dry bones. Now hear the word of the Lord. Head bone connected to the neck bone connected to the shoulder bone connected to the backbone connected to the hip bone connected to the thigh bone connected to the knee bone connected to the leg bone connected to the ankle bone connected to the heel bone connected to the foot bone connected to the toe bone. Now hear the word of the Lord. Those bones all got together again, rose up covered in muscle and skin, filled with the breath from the Holy Wind, and they were an army of mighty men. Those bones gonna walk around. Them bones gonna walk around. Them bones gonna walk around. Now hear the word of the Lord. And them bones dry bones dry bones dry bones. Now hear the word of the Lord. Now hear the word of the Lord.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I love it.
He needed
Them
you
bones.
singing bass on that.
No,
You could have done
you
that.
don't need nothing that I got.
He did a song, what was the family, the gospel family?
The Do-Right family.
The
The
Do-Right.
Do-Right.
I said, have you always wanted to be like a bass singer in a gospel? And he said, no, I want to be the whole quartet. And you did. You did all the parts.
Well, I
didn't
did
you?
all the parts on that you just
Yeah,
heard.
I bet you did.
I did. I love to do that.
And that's what you could do in the studio.
Yeah, I love to be in the studio, and I like to stack the voices,
Yeah.
like you just heard. And, I play a lot of the instruments, too. So
You did Freddie Feel Good in the funky little 5-piece band.
Oh, gosh, I love those.
that was a song where all the instruments were done vocally. I mean, there was a trombone, and the trombone, and the drum, and what else was on there?
Funky Feel Good and his funky little 5-piece
Anyway.
band.
I had a lot of fun doing that.
I loved it. That's why I love Ray Stevens.
Oh, we are? Oh, We'll be back. More Larry's Country Diner on the way. Oh, them bones gonna walk around. I like that. We'll be back.
Oh, yeah. Good.
And welcome back to Larry's Country Diner. Hey, we got a great special on the menu today. It's the Ray Stevens Misty Strawberry Shortcake. So good, it'll bring tears to your eyes. There's Larry.
Every Saturday morning, there are a bunch of us that get together for breakfast. Ralph Emery, remember him, TNN? Mm-hmm. Buddy Kalb, he wrote Mississippi Squirrel Revival and a bunch of other stuff that Ray has recorded. Ronnie Robbins, Marty Robbins' son. Bergen White. I laugh when I say that because he is laid up in bed someplace because he took a chainsaw to a limb and swung it on through.
Ooh.
On a ladder.
On the ladder. Jim Stephanie, Blake Chansey, Don Cusick, who wrote a song you're going to sing in a minute, and some others. We talk a lot about things, for example, Westerns. What's your favorite Western star?
Well, it's always been Hopalong Cassidy. What can I say? And lately I've been watching, the Western Channel. And I've been watching Tales of Wells Fargo.
Oh, that's a good one.
And Dale Robertson can't
That's
be
a
beat.
good
I mean,
one.
he's believable, know. And as Jim Hardy, of course. But I as probably most of us did, we grew up on Westerns.
Yep.
That's why we all like board and batten. You know what that is? That's the board on the outside of a house and the vertical strips.
Yes.
Back in the West, they didn't have clapboard. They had board and batten.
Yep.
And that's what I learned to love as a kid. That's why this building is board and batten on the outside.
Chicken Man's got something for you.
Ray, we've got this, and Larry said that your favorite cowboy was Hopalong Cassidy. So we have got you a Hopalong Cassidy lunchbox that Larry required or acquired, I guess. And so we would like to give this to you. Hopalong Cassidy lunchbox. One fun fact about this Hopalong Cassidy lunchbox. It was the very first lunchbox to ever have anything printed on it. Was the Hopalong Cassidy lunchbox, the very first one, and it was printed here. It was printed here in Nashville, Tennessee, and they went. This is the truth. Well, I guess it is. I saw it on Google, so it's supposed to be. So, but they started out. It was the Aladdin Company here in Nashville, Tennessee, and they started out. They sold 50,000 of is what they were doing lunchboxes a year. When they printed Hopalong Cassidy on there, it went to like 600,000.
I don't doubt it.
50,000 to 600,000. And if you look inside there, I've got a little something special for you.
All right. Why?
Don't drop it.
Huh, what in the world could be in there? But what goes in your lunchbox? Springer Mountain Farms coupons and Springer Mountain Farms
Nature's
chicken.
promise.
Gotta have that in the lunchbox. So we wanted you to have something in there. And of course, I wanted to fill it all up with chicken, and to do that, then I had to take something else. But this is a Hopalong Cassidy thermos right here, also made by the Aladdin Company, right here in Nashville, Tennessee. So we thought you'd like that. You can watch your eat your Springer Mountain Farms
Gus,
chicken.
thank you so much.
Well, you got to
What a
thank
guy.
Larry Black.
Oh my
Thank
goodness.
You. Thank you, sir. Thank y'all. And thank y'all. Thank you for all the
Wow,
time.
what a gift.
Thanks, Gus.
Oh, thank you.
You know, I have a picture of Hopalong Cassidy in my office.
Oh, do you really?
Oh, yeah. I'll show it to you.
Did you ever get to meet him?
No.
No.
Met Gene Autry.
Yeah, I met Gene
That was a
Autry.
big thrill.
I always wanted to meet Roy Rogers, but I didn't
meet
get
Gene.
to.
I didn't meet Hoppy.
I did get to sing Happy
I
Trails
tell you,
with
who
Dale
I
Evans.
really would have liked to meet was Gabby Hayes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What a guy.
That would have been
Well, I
great.
had Roy right here today.
I feel like I just met him.
I do, Gabby.
I know you
I
do.
do Walter Brennan, too, you know. Duke, is that you?
You guys ought to come have breakfast with us one Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When we wake up, we're tough to beat, I'll tell you.
I'm just wondering, who picks up the tab?
It goes
Everybody.
around the room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We tried to get Ronnie Robbins to do all of it, but he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Thank you. Jimmy, don't you steal that.
No, sir.
He's a sheriff.
How about the
You
preacher?
recorded with Roy Rogers?
Oh, we did an album with him here, yes, and some TV shows, yeah.
Yeah.
With who?
Roy.
Oh, yeah.
Roy.
I met him. I loved Roy.
Oh, yeah, he is a great man.
Roy and Dale and Trigger
And
and that dog Bullet.
and Gabby.
And yet, well, I'm doing Gabby.
I recognize.
I have to
Who
tell
needs
him
Gabby?
who
We
I'm
got
doing. I must
Rick
not be too good at this.
No, you
That's
are good.
great.
You are good. Can I have breakfast with y'all?
Hell, I wish you'd show up. We'd love to have you.
Well, thanks.
You know,
You have to understand, this man, the night before, has been here performing.
That's right, yeah.
And then he goes to the piano bar and sings and plays.
well, now, John Janethus plays, but I help him sing.
Yep.
What a guy. He's the best piano player, singer in the world.
And you're there until all hours of the night.
Well, you know, I kind of enjoy it.
We enjoy it too. It's Preacher and a Bear.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what album this was in, but it was in one of them.
Yeah. Oh, I got it right here.
Well, the preacher went out walking. It was on one Sunday morning. It was against his religion, but he took his gun along. Shot himself some mighty fine quail and one little measly hare. But on his way returning home, he met a great big grizzly bear. Well, the bear got down in the middle of the road, on all fours like a great big toad. Looked at preacher right square in the eye. Preacher said, hello and bye-bye. Down the road, the preacher did run, and the bear right after that preacher did come. Ran and he ran for about a mile, then they both sat down and rested a while. Preacher got up, started running again. So did the bear, and he was gaining on him. They ran and they ran till he spotted a tree. Said, up on the limb is the place for me. The bear got close, made a grab for him, but the preacher leaped up and he made the limb. Pulled himself up, turned about, cast his eyes to the heaven, and he did shout, oh Lord, you delivered Daniel from the lion's den. Oh Lord, you delivered Jonah from the belly of the whale, and the Hebrew children from the fiery furnace, so the good book does declare. Oh Lord, if you can't help me, for goodness sakes, don't help that bear. Well, about that time, that limb let go, and that preacher came tumbling down. Pulled a straight razor out of his pocket before he hit the ground. And what happened next, I do declare, was a truly historical sight. Between the preacher and the bear in the road right there, with the fur flying left and right. Well, the preacher and the bear went round and round. First they were up, then they were down. The bear, he roared, and the preacher, he groaned, and it looked like the preacher was holding his own. He said, Lord, if I get out of here alive, the good book, I will abide. No more hunting on Sabbath day. Come Sunday, I'm headed to church to pray. And then to the heavens, the preacher glanced, said, Lord, won't you give me this one more chance? And then his suspenders gave away, and he knocked that bear 10 feet away. Preacher got up, and he made a bound for the tree where he'd be safe and sound. Pulled himself up and turned about, looked to the sky and began to shout, oh Lord, you delivered Daniel from the lion's den. Oh Lord, you delivered Jonah from the belly of the whale, and the Hebrew children from the fiery furnace, so the good book does declare. So Lord, if you can't help me, for goodness sakes, don't help that bear. For goodness sakes, don't help that bear.
Oh, yeah. Believe it or not, it's also on this one.
Is it?
Yeah, we got good songs on this one. Good songs on all of them. Ray's got a whole bunch of stuff. Christmas stuff, funny stuff. How many albums do you have out?
I don't know.
Plenty.
I don't, lots.
A bunch.
Yeah, and they're in the gift shop out there in the lobby, folks.
That's
when
right.
you're leaving it.
We're going to get out of here. We'll be right back. Don't
Ray
go away.
Stevens, the man who sings faster than Gus talks. It's an amazing thing to see. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Larry's Country Diner. Are we having a good time?
I am.
There's Larry.
I'm enjoying this.
Nadine's awfully quiet over there. I don't know.
Man was stranded on a desert island, no hope of rescue.
Yeah.
Decided to build a church. So he did. go to a church. A few years, he was finally rescued. And the rescuer noticed that there were 2 buildings on this desert island. He said, "What's that one?" He said, "That's my church." "What's that one?" He said, "That's the one I used to go to."
Oh.
One of the guys that has breakfast with us on Saturday mornings is Don Cusick. Don is to books what Ray is to music, I think. I don't know how many books he's written.
Oh, he writes
bunch.
books in his sleep. He writes.
Yeah.
Is this on? I don't think so. Somebody turned my mic.
Oh, there
thank
we
you.
go.
Yeah, Don writes books in his sleep.
Yeah, Don, he travels.
But they
with,
don't put you to sleep, don't get me wrong.
He travels with Belmont College.
He's a professor over at
all
Belmont.
over the world.
Yeah.
Which Curb has something to do with.
Yeah, Mike has been very...
Endowed.
Yes, he's endowed to college. And,
And Don writes, he wrote a musical for Minnie Pearl.
yeah, good too.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Terrific.
But I hear you guys talking about it.
Oh, we
Wrote a biography on Eddie Arnold. It was just outstanding.
Yeah.
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 But Don and I go way back. He was in Cookeville before he came to Nashville.
Cusick was?
Yes, and he wrote for the local newspaper. He knew absolutely nothing about sports, but he was a sports writer. And he had a column called Sports of Sorts.
Sports of
And he
sorts.
was from Maryland, and he had the darndest time understanding how Southerners talk. He said, "Why do they keep saying, fat team fat?" He just couldn't understand. It's fight team fight, you know. But in the South, it's fat team fat.
I'm
Sorry,
from the South.
Don,
I
just
never
had
heard
to share
that. Fet team fet?
Fat team fat.
Who talks like that?
Up around where I'm from.
Don Cusick.
He wrote a song
Yes, he did.
that you're going to do.
He's written a lot of songs and a lot of good ones, but I loved this one.
I love
And
the message in it.
I picked it out from my gospel album, I think. Was it in the gospel album?
It is.
It is, yes.
Can you do it for us?
I'll give it a big try. You know, we got a problem in this world, and most of it's caused by all you people walking around out there without a clue. You're lost and confused and don't know what to do. Here's a message for you. If Jesus is a stranger, check your circle of friends. 'Cause, brother, you're in danger, and it's time to make amends. You might be looking the other way, but he's looking straight at you. So if Jesus is a stranger, get yourself introduced. I ain't no preacher, but I know wrong from right. I ain't no saint, but I know I've seen the light, and I'm giving you warning in a friendly sort of way that he will be coming back someday. So if Jesus is a stranger, check your circle of friends. Whoa, 'cause, brother, you're in danger, and it's time to make amends. You might be looking the other way, but he's looking straight at you. So if Jesus is a stranger, get yourself introduced. I ain't no religious nut. No, I'm just stating the facts. You might be straying, but there's still time to turn back, 'cause the day is coming when you'll have to sink or swim. And it won't matter who you know if you don't know him. Yes, if Jesus is a stranger, check your circle of friends. Whoa, 'cause, brother, you're in danger, and it's time to make amends. You might be looking the other way, but he's looking straight at you. So if Jesus is a stranger, get yourself introduced. I said if Jesus is a stranger, check your circle of friends. Whoa, 'cause, brother, you're in danger, and it's time to make amends. You might be looking the other way, but he's looking straight at you. So if Jesus is a stranger, get yourself introduced.
Incredible.
I like it.
I was watching this guy the other night on the Huckabee show, and they had done, or Huckabee had done an interview with Travis Tritt. Travis Tritt, raised in Georgia.
Yeah, he lived across the street from my mom and daddy.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Went to a little Assemblies of God church there.
Yeah.
When he was in Sunday school, when he was about 5, 6 years old, somebody told him he could sing. When he sang your song, Everything is Beautiful.
Oh, my goodness.
And that was the first time he said that someone told him he could sing.
Well, you see there, it's all in the song, you know.
Everything is beautiful.
My goodness, well, that's nice to hear. I didn't know that. I did
Yeah,
not know that.
I heard it on the Huckabee thing, and I thought, good grief, I don't know if Ray knows that.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's amazing. You know that song Guitarzan? I've always loved that song. But when he does it live, he does all the voices of Guitarzan. And there's a lot of stuff going on in there.
You do that in the show.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, Ray, thank you for having been here.
Well, thank you for having me, Larry.
Yeah, in your place at the diner.
Well, yeah. We're glad you're here. Good to have you.
Anytime you want to stop by your place, just let us know.
Yeah. We'll make room.
I'm planning to be here tomorrow and the next night and the next night.
There you go. Check out RayStevens.com. They got a ton of stuff for you. Let's get out of here.
Oh, you coming to Nashville, you gotta come to the Cabaret showroom. Okay. Larry's Country Diner. We got one more thing to do. Help us out on this, Ray. Larry's Country Diner, where the cameras are always rolling and we don't care.
Thanks for watching, and check out the link below to our store.